welcome to Cafe Chronicles.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Maurice Owen,
Yeah,
for being here.
it's a pleasure to be here.
So, I've known you for a while.
Yes.
I don't know, like, so kind of explain what it is that you do.
Well,
Let's start there.
okay, let's start there. Well, first and foremost, I am a lifelong Detroiter. I was born and raised here. As a matter of fact, this coming Sunday will be my birthday.
Oh, happy
Uh,
birthday.
yeah. But I've been in construction primarily the majority of my working career,
Okay.
which had me dealing with people.
I did not
Uh,
know that. All right.
yeah. As a matter of fact, there's a building not far from here that was originally titled or named Trolley Plaza, which was
Oh,
built
I know.
right after the
It's over on
Renaissance
Washington
Center.
Boulevard, isn't it?
Right,
Yeah.
right. That was the next major project to be built in the city of Detroit after the Renaissance Center. I worked on the construction crew of that
Oh,
building. Fast forward 35 years later, I worked there as a
wow.
maintenance tech in that very same building.
Okay.
But it had been renamed City Club Apartments,
Sure.
you know. But anyway, having done that, of course, I wound up going back a little bit to my teenage days. I wound up with in a garage band playing guitar.
Okay.
And I don't
I was
know.
wondering if you played an instrument.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played guitar for a while in a garage band with Lenny Lucas,
Okay.
Wendell Lucas's brother. He was the bass player, and we started a band. We played, of course, the junior high schools we went to and a few of the local neighborhood parties and stuff like that. Eventually, we wound up recording with a gentleman by the name of uh, Percy Hardgrove. He was a songwriter, a local songwriter, and he had a group at the time, and he wanted to do some original stuff. Well, he asked Lenny to help him with the orchestration of the music, and of course, he ended up bringing myself and two other vocalists in to do background on this stuff.
Did you sing as well?
I did.
Okay.
I did. And so that's kind of how I got into the music scene
Okay.
in and around
Do you
Detroit.
still play or
I
sing
do
or
not
no?
play other than I did buy a Randy Jackson guitar,
Okay.
and I bought a nice stand for it. So when I
Yeah.
go in my basement at home,
Okay.
I'll
So
pick it up and try to remember a chord or two,
yeah,
but that's about the extent
it's
of
good
it.
therapy.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. And after that, I sang gospel with a group for over 8 years. We were a traveling group, and we were the youngest group in the city at the time, still singing a cappella. Yeah, we did a lot of material from the Dixie Hummingbirds, Swan Silvertones, and these groups were back in the 30s when they had very little choice but to sing a
Acapella.
cappella. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I did that for about 8 years, and of course, um, we did what they called the church chitlin circuit. You know,
Sure. Sure.
yeah, they had a caravan that went around the city and sang everywhere. One particular night, we were at a church over on 14th off of West Grand Boulevard. We had been invited over there to sing, and so we were kind of standing around outside, waiting on our turn to go up. And this black um, Suburban pulls up, and this lady gets out. She had on a rather large hat, covering her face. But we were standing there at the door, and having been raised by Southern parents, we knew that it was appropriate to go out and assist this lady. Well, it turns out that lady was Aretha Franklin.
Oh, no
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah, she had been invited out to this event as well. She wasn't singing, but she was just there for support for whoever the featured artist was that night. So that turned out to be a
Huh.
really nice night to
That
meet
must
the
have
queen.
been, yeah, exciting.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was really nice. Yeah.
All right.
Good
So did you
times.
grow up in the South? Or
No, I didn't. My grandparents were from the South. My mother's parents were from the South. Born and raised right here in the city of Detroit.
Huh?
Been here all my life.
All right, excellent,
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah, yeah.
So, what I met you through Gwen Foxx,
Right,
right?
right,
Um,
right.
and then you still talk to Gwen?
I talk to
Yeah.
Gwen regularly. As a matter of fact, I spoke with her today. Uh, Gwen's doing well. How she and I met was there was a venue on the east side of Detroit called Gina's. And this particular night, Zanye was performing there.
Sure.
And Gwen came over to host the show. I had seen Gwen around the city, floods in different places, but I didn't know her personally. Well, this particular night, I got a chance to actually sit down and talk with her. And it seems like ever since then, that had to be 2012.
Okay.
It seems like ever since then, we've been together. Of course, when she put together her team for her Foxy Gwen's Day
Which
Wednesday,
was a series we had with
right,
the
which was a
Aretha's. Yeah.
series that took place here in the cafe. She gave me a call, and she pretty much told me what I was going to be doing on her team as far as Foxy Gwen's Day
Yeah. Did you have
Wednesdays.
an official title?
I did. She titled me house manager,
All right.
right? So my capacity was to just make sure things happen the way they were supposed to, that the patrons were well taken care of, seated, made comfortable, as comfortable as possible,
Right.
to work with the artists that we had for the evening, make sure that they were accommodated, just to make sure that things flowed
Yeah.
freely.
So yeah, and from then it just snowballed
Yeah,
into to other avenues for you, right?
absolutely,
Because now you're
absolutely.
promoting shows
I'm
and you're
promoting
doing a
shows.
lot more,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I ended up working with Lauren Harper, who's a playwright, as well as a very fine singer himself. I've worked in the capacity of stage manager or production manager on a couple of his plays, as well. I've acted in those plays. I've
Oh,
also
so you're
worked.
an actor as well.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
As a matter of fact, I just got my contract for a feature film. This gonna be starts filming next week, I believe it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah.
That's
Thank
fantastic.
you. Yeah, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, booking shows here in the beautiful Aretha Cafe down there. Our relationship,
Yeah.
staying on top of you, trying to get those
I
dates.
know.
But it's just a beautiful place. Everybody that I've mingled with from different states, even, are just amazed at this place when they come here,
Yeah.
and they love the hospitality here, and that's what we kind of prided ourselves on with our Foxy Gwen's Day Wednesday.
Sure.
And of
Sure. Sure.
course,
It
it's
was.
just expanded from there.
Yeah.
So we try to keep that touch of class.
Yeah. That's what we
Absolutely.
do strive for that
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
comfortableness that
Right.
the intimacy of the room.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So speaking of the room,
Mhm.
so this podcast is kind of based on something that happened to you in the cafe, an event you produced
Okay.
or worked on, or
Mhm.
maybe a show you've seen
Sure.
in the cafe. Is there anything that comes to mind?
There are a couple hundred
Yeah,
things that come to mind, but
you're down there a
some
lot.
real highlights were one particular night we had C. Alexander performing his Luther Vandross show. And there was a group of people that came in, a group of 12 to 15 people. And of course, we don't make any difference in anybody, right? So they came in, they bought their tickets, they were seated, they started to buy their drinks, they ordered their food. They were here from start to finish. Well, at the end of the show, they met with some of the band in the lobby and we were talking. Come to find out they were from Switzerland. The
Oh,
entire crew was from Switzerland. So of course, at that point, we all
And they
ended up,
just stumbled into the cafe.
they were just walking
Oh, that's
by. They were here visiting, and they were just walking by and heard the sound check.
yeah.
And that's how they ended up coming in. Well, of course, we ended up on the stairway,
Mm-hmm.
taking pictures with them and just having a great time. And they were just amazed
Yeah.
at the
It's a
hospitality.
great
there.
feeling introducing someone to the cafe
It is.
and the music hall,
Yes,
at
indeed.
large. I mean, because it's beautiful,
Yes.
and especially when someone first sets their eyes on
Yeah,
it, and you're
yeah.
the one that can do that.
That's right.
You
That's
can
right.
guide them through.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had the pleasure of sneaking up on the main stage with a few guests and allowing them to take pictures on the main stage.
Yeah.
And just to see the excitement in their eyes when they look out over that from the stage out into where the audience would normally be, and just you can see them dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really great
Yeah.
experience.
It's
really
a good
great
feeling.
experience. Yeah, and I've taken the opportunity to kind of explain the history of the music hall to some people, explaining to them about some of the blueprints that are mounted on the
Sure.
wall
Sure. Yeah.
downstairs. Those are actual
Yeah.
blueprints. That's, if you were able to get into the walls, that stuff's right where that
Yeah.
blueprint says it is.
Yeah.
So that's a really nice
Because on
feature
the
about
fifth floor
this.
we have our archive room,
The archive room.
and there's a timeline of
Okay.
even before the building was built.
Okay.
And it just goes, the
Yeah.
entire walkway there is filled with
Absolutely.
pictures and history. So
Yes,
if you ever need to
indeed.
take someone there, let me know.
Oh,
'Cause
absolutely.
that's a great.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really do. I enjoy coming here myself. I really enjoy working with the staff here. Really great people. Another great time I had here is when we did the Marvin Gaye remake.
Oh, outside, yeah. What's
Outside
going
when you
on
guys
album?
put the
Yeah.
amphitheater together. That
Yeah.
was absolutely
That was a great
spectacular.
venue.
That was
Yeah, we
a
did the
great-
whole album. What's
Absolutely.
going on?
Yeah,
Yeah. From start
that
to
was
finish.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great time.
During COVID.
That's why we built the amphitheater.
Yeah.
Because we needed to produce shows.
Right.
And the only
Right.
way we could do it was the,
To be
the
out.
distance,
Right. Yeah.
you know.
And it turned out really well. As far as I know, nobody had any issues.
No?
And I mean, that was an all-day event.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
great talent, man. Detroit's best were here.
Oh, yeah.
And they came ready to do it too. Very
Yeah.
beautiful event.
That
Very
was,
beautiful.
yeah. We've
Yeah.
had some nice events out there.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, my son, a friend of his, ended up after they kind of switched it up and brought in the seating and started to have the day parties.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I attended a couple
weekends,
of
yeah.
those too. Again, very nice.
Yeah.
Grown folks stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
people
Because, I mean,
like to
it's,
reserve.
within the city, you got
Mhm.
this little, Eden down
Right.
there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yeah, I like to tease the patrons. I say, yeah, when you come here, the last thing you have to worry about is somebody walking around with their pants falling off.
right.
So the ladies really like that.
Okay.
We take pride in being able to escort a lady out to her car, even though the parking lot's right next door.
Mhm.
We want you to feel comfortable when you come here,
Yeah.
especially to one of our events.
That's great that
You
you do
know,
that.
yeah.
That you think like that,
Yeah. Absolutely.
'Cause a lot of people don't.
No, they
You know?
don't. Once I take your money, that's it.
Mhm.
If you don't show up, whatever. We try not to have people feel that
Yeah.
way,
That's great.
when they come here. We take pride in greeting our guests at the door.
Yeah.
Whatever little nuances they may want after they get here, we try to accommodate. It's never been a problem.
Yeah. Because then they have that experience.
Absolutely.
and
I don't
then-
drink, right? I bought more drinks here.
Right.
But again, those are repeat customers too.
Yeah.
They look forward to coming back.
Sure.
A lot of times I've had people come here that just saw the event listed on the site and had no idea who the artist was and had the greatest time of their lives right
Yeah.
here in the music hall,
Yeah.
right in the cafe. So
Yeah. It's a
yeah.
great room.
absolutely.
All right. So before I let you go, I wanted to ask you
Sure.
about any upcoming shows that you're putting on? Or
Yes, as a matter of fact, March 15th, M&K Entertainment will be presenting Al Lindsay. He'll be in concert in the cafe. I believe after that, I'm working
that's with Laura Rain, correct?
with Laura
Yeah,
Rain.
sure.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's going to be a full band.
Okay.
Which is another great feature about the cafe. We try to stick to a live band.
Music, sure.
And
It's a live music venue.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, there's really no way around it. You have to be special to do a track show here.
Yeah.
But we try to get that live band in here.
It's tough. Sometimes
It
they sneak
is.
it in.
Yeah. I mean, you got to cater to everybody, but that's what we do.
All right.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Tell me what M&K Productions, correct? Or
M&K Entertainment.
Entertainment.
That is my company, my entertainment company that I started since being here. The M is for Maurice, and the K is for Kelly, my wife.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and that also transitioned over into M&K Services, which is my construction company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do
so you do it all.
Yeah, nobody's giving any money away, so you gotta have a lot of irons in the fire, and I just pull on what's hot.
Yeah. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Absolutely.
It's been a
pleasure.
Maybe we'll have you back.
Sure.
So,
or some of my guests from future shows or whatever. Yeah.
So,
we'll definitely.
you do have a show tonight.
I
do.
You
want to talk about that?
I do. I have Brother William Campbell here tonight, as well as Sharon Love Jones. They will be getting started here shortly.
Yeah.
They've got a nice little crowd down there waiting on them. Speaking of track shows, this is one of them tonight. But we have such an amazing sound, man. If you don't look around and not see the band, you won't know they're missing.
Right. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Maurice.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye.